discussion and lecture. Very, very deep and really appreciate your presentations.
Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur ki jai.
So, I have this thing going on my mind for a long time. This last, or like a touchstone, the very presence of unmixed bhakti makes the heart and senses gradually lose their iron-like metal qualities and acquire pure golden spiritual qualities. So, the example also given that iron, when it goes in the fire, it becomes red hot. But when you withdraw that iron from the fire, it again becomes iron. So when we are in association of pure devotees, like your good self, Maharaj, many other examples. So we feel very inspired, and our senses and mind focus, and we serve intensely. But the moment we are out of that space, then it again becomes iron, like tendencies work on. So how long is it going to take, and what exactly happens when it stays in that fire-like or cold state? It's the point.
Go ahead.
That's my question,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Fortunately, there's a stage of bhakti where it's spontaneous. And it's as we heard towards the beginning, there's two ways that one can have faith. That which is spontaneous, and that which is the result of association of those that by their words and their association helps us to have faith. Now, you're way ahead of the game as far as Vishwanath's compilation of bhakti, because he describes transitioning and how it happens to go from the Vaidhi to the Raga Bhakti. In fact, he describes, even in chapter 2, when those two leaves unfurl, there's a smooth side, upper surface, and there's a rough side, the lower surface. One represents Vaidhi, the other represents Raga Bhakti. And he introduces it right away. So, is it possible? The answer to this question is yes. Is it possible to go from regulative to spontaneous devotional service? Yes. And then that he, Vishwanath, describes, and other acharyas also describe, by transitioning to Raga Bhakti. And how is it done? It's described, and it's through association and maturity. Commonly, not always, but commonly acharyas say, minimally one must be in the nishtha stage. For our lady in the front row here, what does that mean? Nishtha is steady, as opposed to unsteady. The unsteady is what you described. In good association, the iron rod in the fire becomes like fire, but then you take it out of the fire, it becomes again cold. So it depends on the fire-like association I have. There's a stage that doesn't depend on that. It's spontaneous from within. Now there's a soul connecting with the Raga Bhakta is following Raganuga Sadhana, and there's different gradations of Raganuga Sadhana that are described in this book, later chapters. And then, but there's a stage where it's no longer mixed with Vaidhi at all. But that's an eligibility. Then it becomes not dependent upon being in the fire. It's just spontaneous. It's a type of faith, and it's a type of bhakti that may awaken. It's not guaranteed it's going to awaken. There are some things, association things and hearing and chanting things, that one must make choices to go in that direction.